everybody, happy Tuesday night. I hope your kids are tucked into bed because it's time for another episode of Lights Out. We're going to give you a sneak peek at Goldfish Swim School in Fishers and talk to you a little bit about some spring break tips we have for you. Share this with your friends and we'll be back in a second. Hey, thanks for joining in. I'm here with Tori Kincaid tonight.
Hi, everyone.
And I'm Katie Mann. If this is your first time watching, welcome. And if you're watching this on the replay, we have a lot in store for you. But if you're watching this live, feel free to chime in. We'll try to answer any questions you have and just really be part of the conversation. So, Tori, you're our editor, human resources. Like, you fill a lot of roles for Indy with Kids.
I do.
And you've been on the show one time before.
Well, a couple times. So I'm not a newbie, but I'm definitely no Kate level expert.
Oh, Kate is on vacation in California because for some people it's spring break. And for those of you that it's not, we're hoping to give you a little bit of a taste of spring break and paradise here at Goldfish Swim School tonight. We are drinking LaCroix. I'm drinking the Curate, which is pineapple strawberry. That's what I'm drinking tonight. What are you drinking?
This is pamplemousse? Otherwise known as grapefruit.
Is that really another name for it?
I don't know, but that's what it says on the can.
Interesting. All right, so we're going to crack
French.
those open.
Maybe
and
French.
It could be LaCroix, French, I don't know. I have given up soda. We're also at Goldfish Swim School. We didn't know what the alcohol rules were here, but we assumed no glass.
And I'm also not drinking for two, so.
Not drinking for two, just till June, right?
Just till June.
So cheers.
Cheers.
Let us know what you're drinking. Yum, yum. All right.
That actually is very good.
I'm not a big grapefruit person.
It's kind of just citrusy.
There's a lot of memes going around right now about LaCroix, like how it's kind of like drinking water and then someone in the next room shouts the name of a fruit. That's kind of like describing LaCroix. I feel like it's drinking something and that's what you burp.
I feel like it's Pokemon for adults because I know so many adults who will go to specific Target stores to track down their favorite version of LaCroix.
I'm shocked how many different flavors there were. I just figured it was like lemon, lime. I mean,
and they have like the special flavors that you can only get.
Curate. I love this. This is new to me tonight. Sorry, I didn't bring extra.
I was like, it comes in a very cute glass.
It's kind of like if you're not drinking Red Bull anymore. I don't know. And I would say it tastes the way Red Bull smells. I don't know.
Oh.
I'm not a really big fan of the taste of Red Bull, but I love the smell, and that's what I would want Red Bull to taste like.
I think Red Bull smells like Sweet Tarts.
Yeah, it's something candy-like.
Yeah.
Yeah, you can smell it when someone cracks something open in the same room.
Absolutely.
Well, so that's what we're drinking tonight. We still do want to hear what you're drinking. But it's spring break, we mentioned, for some people, but spring break kind of stretches out over the next 3 or 4 weeks in our area. I'm going to have a LaCroix burp right now. I can feel it coming on.
That carbonation will do it to you
It really will. So we're at Goldfish Swim School tonight. We're at the Fishers location, and the reason we're here is because it is Water Safety Week. It's time that we start thinking about water safety. A lot of people are thinking about enrolling their kids in swimming because of summer coming up, or maybe you're going on a spring break trip. We have been enrolled at Goldfish Swim School for around 60 weeks, I think, so a little over a year, and it's been great. We were in their perpetual lessons, so it means we come back every week, but I know they have other options that we're going to talk about later tonight when we talk to Andrew. But tell me, what's your philosophy on swim lessons for your kids? Tori has 2 boys and another on the way.
Well, we do swim lessons during the summer. It just seems like a summer type thing for me. In the winter, we just get so bogged down with our schedules and everything that we have to do during the week with school and homework, and we just don't have a lot of extra time for the swim lessons. And being in Indiana, you don't even think about swim lessons all year round, but that's why we are here. So.
That's why we're here. I mean,
so I can learn more about
I
Goldfish
think we
Swim
heard
School,
today
too.
the pool is, what, 92 degrees. It's 92 degrees out there, which
feels
is where
great
we're
in
not.
here,
It feels
which is
really good
why
in here.
we're both short
Too hot
sleeves.
for me right now in there. But it doesn't feel like it was snowing tonight, which it
No,
was.
it was.
But when you're in here, it doesn't feel that way. When you're in the pool, it doesn't feel that way. And there's some really great amenities that we're going to show you that help you not feel like it's winter in Indiana. So, but it's
Absolutely.
spring. It's like the first day of spring right now.
It's the first day of spring.
I love it. So we took a poll on Facebook today. And so Tori says that she's kind of the frame of mind of swim lessons are for summer. And then I mentioned that we've been in them year round for a little over a year now. And so we took a poll and we asked you guys, what do you think? Swim lessons are summer, swim lessons are winter. All right, what are the results here? We've got 23% of our readers think it's for summer, which means that 77%, look at my math, think that they're great year round. We have trained you well, everybody. So you can still take that poll through tonight. It's open. We want to hear what you think about that. You can tell us in the comments. But with that, we're going to invite Andrew here. He's the area manager for Goldfish Swim School in Fishers and in Carmel. And we're going to head out and take a little tour of this facility. Don't mind our lights and our camera production crew. Andrew, thanks for letting us come tonight.
Thanks a lot, guys. Thanks. It's great.
Awesome. So tell us about the pool that we're about to step out and check out.
Absolutely. Well, it's 90-degree water, so it's super warm. We call it shiver-free lessons. So when you drop the kiddos off and they're in the water, they're really likely to get in and not, shiver the whole lesson and not want to swim. So it makes it really inviting.
I love that. Shiver-free lessons. Okay, so let's head out there. We've got some cords
Some
that
stuff
we're
here.
navigating. This is a kind of a cool new thing for us. I'm taking the cords, sorry. Okay, so Tori's going to grab that door. Oh yeah, it is warm in here.
Yeah, the ambient temperature is 92, so it's plenty warm, and you guys, get in and have fun, and nobody's shivering, and
Yeah.
feel in the cold winters here.
Tell me about all these toys.
Yes, so most of the toys we use for instructional use, so we want to make it fun. One of our biggest, I think, attributes at Goldfish is we learn through play. And making things fun and making things interesting to the kids really gets them going as far as speeding up the progressions in swim lessons.
I love it. I see, we've got a little vacuum in here right
Yes,
now.
that's our dolphin. Yes.
I love it.
Yeah.
I have not seen that yet.
He's-
That's a side of Goldfish I haven't seen. Sneak peek, guys,
Yes,
behind
yes.
the
This is
scenes
some-
at Goldfish.
yeah.
So I know when my kids take lessons, you guys, how deep is the pool right now?
So it's roughly 4 foot the entire way across. So it's chest deep for adults, but definitely deep enough for kids to be able to swim
But you guys make really good use of these platforms over here.
Yes. So obviously, little ones can't touch. And one of the big things that we try to do is get them as independent as possible. So instead of having them swim to a person, we like to have them swim to objects. So we put we call them islands, but platforms in the water, and they can swim out to those. And in general, the lessons are going to run across the pool like this. So there's some lanes that we may have, 2 different lessons in if they're not swimming all the way across. So we would use those islands in that case.
I love that.
Yeah.
Now, over in the corner, that is something that I don't know if you remember was one of the very first things that I noticed about your pool.
Is it the ribbon wall?
The ribbon
Okay,
wall.
awesome.
I
Yes.
love the awards. When my
Yes.
kids get one of those, it is like, their face. They're
It's
so
amazing.
excited
Yeah.
to show me. So can you think of any off the top of your head?
Oh my gosh,
I'm going to put them on the
I
spot.
know, and I'm horrible with this.
There's something about blowing bubbles.
Yeah, there's tons of it. The really big thing with this that we noticed with the ribbons, number one, it gets kids to get out of their comfort zone a little bit. It's positive reinforcement, and when they get out of their comfort zone and see what their peers are doing, they push themselves harder and kind of break through those little barriers that they might have with the lessons. So
In
they
our
work awesome.
family, we have a little file for every kid,
Oh, that's
and they
cute.
bring
Yeah.
it home.
That's
and
awesome.
now the number one ribbon that they strive for in our family, we're a little bit competitive,
Yeah.
is the one that says that you've progressed to another level.
Yes,
So how
yes.
are kids put into levels here?
So if you were to give us a call, we would do a kind of just a verbal assessment and find out where they should be in the lesson. If they get here and we've maybe misjudged or something like that, obviously we could find the actual level for them once they were in the water. But most of the time we're pretty accurate with it. To progress through the level, what they would need to do is kind of check off on a list, different skills within the level that they need to do to pass.
I love that. So we come on a Monday night, which is a school night for us. We're the last lesson of the evening. And a lot of people think like 7 o'clock lessons, that's insane. And we have 4 very young children, 7 and under. But we love it because our kids are in the pool, then they get out, they head over there to the shower and take their weekly shower. No, we take a couple a week, but that is like, we kind of stretch them through Monday. Take our shower there. You guys provide shampoo.
Body wash.
And it's so interesting, like my kids like showering here more than they like showering at home.
It's fun, I swear part of the reward is when they get out, they get to go play in the showers.
It is, and they're having a good time. So everybody showers and they go off, and then we're gonna take you in and show you guys what do you call, so this is the pool, what do you call that area in there? Does it have a name? No, the main room, like
the lobby?
The lobby. You just call it the lobby. Okay, so we're gonna go in there because there's some pretty cool stuff to show you guys in here. So really beautiful. We've kind of disrupted it a little bit this evening, and there's so much to see in here. It's just like a kid can feel so welcome here. There's fish, there's turtles, and you guys, what I'm showing you tonight, I'm at the Fishers location, which is not our home pool, but it's almost the same. I mean, you guys have turtles in Carmel, goldfish or Garibaldis or whatever they are, and you have the retail section over here. So when someone signs a baby up for swim lessons, there's something, they get a diaper now.
A swim diaper.
A swim diaper.
We used to do the shirts, but what we found, people really, I think, value the swim diapers more. It's something that they need, so it's fulfilling a need, and we've got really cute, nice ones. We've got all the different sizes that you would need. So when you guys sign up, it makes it really easy and convenient. Just show up the first day and we'll handle everything. I
love that. So you're going to walk in, you're going to sign up, get your swim diaper. Older kids will purchase goggles, which you guys sell here.
Yes.
And I'll tell you another thing they sell, the wet brushes. We forget a brush all the time. I think we own 4 or 5 wet brushes now that we've purchased here. But you have towels, you have everything you need in the retail. The dry cleaner for your ears, we have that, like the swimmer ear drops. We've used earplugs from here before. So everything you could possibly need for swimming would be here.
Absolutely.
And even some swimsuit selections.
Yeah, and we've got some Goldfish branded materials. We've got the big bubbles that you can use in the bath and things like that.
Yeah, my baby loves those.
And then the Bubbles plush toys are really cute. So that's our mascot. Bubbles.
Mascot is their mascot is Bubbles. All right, so that's the retail section. So when you get your kids out of the pool, there is this mad dash kind of for the dressing rooms. Obviously, there's some premium ones.
There's some strategy to this.
There is strategy. Yes. Take longer in the shower.
Yeah,
that's our strategy.
That's the best strategy.
Yes. Yeah. So lots of changing rooms on this side as well as the other side.
Yes.
And let's just show everybody so they know. Yeah. I know people are always like, what's it like there? So perfect changing room, exactly what you need. But the strategy, if you want the premium changing room, we're getting our cord cut up a little bit, is back here. There are 4 restrooms here. They have a changing table inside, a bathroom, a sink, and it's a great place. We have 6 people in there every Monday night.
Yeah, it's family style, right?
It is family style. We all change in there, get the baby on the changing table. You also have another changing table back here, and there's diapers and wipes. You guys know hospitality really well.
Yes.
Lots of cubby spaces. My kids each like to kind of claim their own cubby every night. So here's the man family taking up 4 cubbies.
Right.
But then the blow dry bar.
I love it. Yeah.
I love it too. This is such a great thing. We take our showers here. We put everybody in their pajamas. We blow dry their hair. There's a little story corner over here. They're getting their books read. We dry off our bathing suits right here.
You're not bringing home wet.
Yeah. Well, some kids are reading. I'm blow drying other kids' hair. And then we go home and we're done for the night. And we go to bed.
Yep.
We go to bed. Yep. We did our story time.
Yeah.
They're exhausted. And it is so great. So you guys they do hospitality really well here. It's beautiful. It just doesn't feel like a gym.
No, and it's like the feng shui is right. There's a circular kind of pattern to it. The kids go in, they take their lesson, you get the kids out over here, shower them off, and you're ready to go. So.
And I love the glass wall just to be able to see. But it does get really loud out there. That's something that people said when they came for their first time was like, wow, it's so loud out there. But you don't hear it in here.
In the lobby, no. The glass does a good job.
The glass does a really good job. So they're all learning out there. The kids are laughing and giggling, having a good time. And you get to watch and or read a book.
Yeah,
Whatever.
yeah, some downtime.
So it's just such a beautiful facility. So that's our little tour. Let's go sit back down and chat about Goldfish a little bit more, and then we have a special video to show you guys. The long walk back. So you'll meet some very friendly staff members here at Goldfish. They hire the best people, the best instructors, and it's such a great time. Just everything here is just very well done. If you guys have any questions about Goldfish, drop them in the comments below, and we'll get those questions answered for you while we have Andrew. I cannot get this stretched out. Are we good? Ish? Okay. All right. So, Andrew, let's talk about the difference between perpetual lessons, and I know you have like the Jump Start lessons coming up.
Yes, so perpetual lessons go year long. So you can kind of start and stop whenever you'd like. We're always offering the classes. The Jump Starts are a little bit of a different case. With the Jump Starts, it's a week-long intensive course, essentially. And what our hope is so someone that's maybe been in a level in our perpetual lessons takes the Jump Starts and kind of pops them out of that level. So,
yeah. And you guys offer family swim.
Yes. It's kind of like our little hidden gem, I think, with Goldfish.
Yeah.
A lot of people don't realize when you do sign up and join Goldfish, you do get use of the pool Monday through Friday from noon to 1. And then we also have Friday night family swims. We call them family night out. So it's when everybody can come in and join as a family, have some fun on a Friday night. A lot of people bring food or pizza, order pizza, and just kind of make a night of it. Yeah.
I love it. We've come to one or two of those, and it's a great time.
It is.
So I know there was something difficult that happened in our family this week with swim lessons.
Yeah.
And since we are documenting our journey, we have we have 3 children who love swim lessons. We have 4 children who love the water, love the pool, but one of our children it's like a control issue, I think.
Yes.
Just refuses to swim and just wants to cry the whole time.
Yeah.
And she's not very young. She's just wants to be in charge, I think.
Yes.
Because she loves the water. I mean, anywhere we go, she's in the water. And so after talking with Andrew and just observing, we've been here for a year now, we decided to pull her out of swim lessons.
Yes.
But you had some very good advice for us that we're going to take you up on. One, you could take private lessons, which we didn't go that route this time.
Yeah.
But what you suggested was that we come to the family swim nights because she does enjoy the water.
Absolutely.
So to kind of make it, I mean, all my kids love swim lessons. It's learning by playing, but she just was crying so much she couldn't even play.
Yes.
So and it's so weird. And so what are some other things if a parent has a child who's apprehensive about the pool or the water, what can they do?
Well, I think kind of our first strategy is, one, we try to stick it out, and you guys did a great job with that. And 9 times out of 10, they're going to get through it. And there's lots of different reasons why they're upset with the class. It could be separation from parents. They're in a group setting maybe for the first time. So there's lots of little reasons to get apprehensive when you're little and don't know any better. Plus, it's an aquatic environment. So if they've ever had, a traumatic water experience or something like that, obviously that plays into it. But what we try to do here is a lot of times just get the instructor to really relate with the child and get them comfortable and acclimated to not only swimming, but the actual instructor.
Right.
And I think that's the biggest difference with Goldfish is, swim lessons aren't commodities. They're not all the same. Just like every school is not the same. Tiger Woods isn't taking, golf lessons down the street at Song Park.
Right.
It does make a difference. And that's the big difference with us is we'll go that extra mile to try to make sure that the kids are acclimated and ready to go. So.
And you guys did. I mean, we tried many things. And I, as a parent going through that struggle with my child, I had a good experience and I feel good about it. I feel good about the decision in the end. I wish she had stuck it out, but I really appreciated your advice. And
I think we'll all, try to come to an agreement with what's best for the child. And I think we did a great job.
And I've seen that even with other families throughout with different situations where everybody just really feels that they got what was best for their child and best for their family.
It's the Goldfish difference with it.
It totally is. So I really appreciate that. Yeah. Well, something we did for our family was we said after they had been in swim lessons for 1 year, we would go and attempt to take 4 small children to Great Wolf Lodge. It was an adventure. I think I missed a cue here. All right. So, I know that was
James,
one thing. I did, before we do that, but I'll show you that next. Something that we did is we've been documenting our kids' journey on video, kind of discreetly. We didn't really want them to feel like we always had a camera in their face, but we did. So I want to show you a video of my son, one of his first few weeks of swim lessons at Goldfish Swim School. He was 2 years old, and it was a year ago. So let's check that out. All right, so that was James. That was one of his first weeks of lessons here. And then last night we had a lesson, and so he's moved up a level. And I remember when I saw him, he wouldn't even hold on to the wall and do the scooting down. They were kind of like putting his hands up for him, and it was like if they told him to get in the water, he would do it. He's one of those kids that's just going to do what you tell him to do, but he would just sink to the bottom. He was just like, boom, boom. And so last night it was just perfect timing because it's different now. It's completely different. So let's see that video from last night.
Show me some good stuff, baby. 1, 2, go. Yay! Can you come back? Awesome! Look at those kickers!
Okay, so that was James. 1 year later, we're super happy with him. We're so proud of him and excited to see where he goes from that point on. Now, you have children that start here. Our baby started at, I think we were around 6 or 7 months old when Quinn started. But how old do they have to be to start?
We start as young as 4 months.
Okay.
So pretty young, yeah. And what our kind of hope with is starting at that age is they don't have a fear of water yet. They're able to still, maintain that, acclimation that they've naturally got. So that's something that we kind of look for at that age. But, kids are really adaptable, and if you start at 2 years old, there's nothing wrong with that either. So.
Yeah. Well, and with Quinn, we can see a difference when I wash her hair at home in the shower. She doesn't care if the water gets in her face, but my older girls are already like, no, just, I want to put my head back. Don't let the water get in my face. So we can see the big difference between having an infant in swim lessons and starting a 5-year-old. So it's been really cool. Okay, so what I started to say was that we gave our kids a reward after 1 year of lessons because I felt like I would feel more comfortable. We've taken some of our kids before to an outdoor or indoor water park. But Great Wolf Lodge was just one of those things they loved doing this one time, but taking 4 small children seems insane to me. But after a year of swim lessons, I felt more comfortable with them around the water. I've seen them in the pool, and I found myself even letting my 7-year-old go do things on her own. She rode every slide by herself.
That's great.
I mean, and I don't even know where, she's not even in the video because she was gone the whole time. So I have some tips for you guys. We've been to about a dozen water parks with our kids, and this was definitely the best experience for many reasons. And I would say that a lot of it was having experienced swim lessons. So here are my tips for you guys on how to take young children to a water park.
Hey everybody, it's Katie. After visiting nearly a dozen water parks with my children from the age newborn to age 7, I have plenty of tips on how to visit a water park with young children. You don't have to plan ahead, but it sure does make things easier. You can get better pricing. You'll be able to find out which attractions your children are tall enough for, are old enough for, and avoid disappointment. And then you can also save money on meals if you know what to expect when you get there. Check sites like Groupon or even the website for the water park that you're visiting to find the best deals and the best days to visit. Planning weeks in advance also usually offers more savings. And if you stay more than one night, you'll typically get a discount as well. If you're allowed to bring your own lunch with you, you'll save a lot of money. But if you're not allowed to bring your own lunch with you, it's good to know if they allow pass-outs, if you're able to leave and have lunch and return, or if you indeed need to eat lunch on property. Here's some tips for what to do as you enter the water park. If you haven't already found out about height, weight, and age restrictions, make sure you do this now. If your child needs a life vest or a wristband or something that designates what they are or aren't allowed to do, make sure you take care of this at this time too. Take a photograph of your children before you get separated or before you go your different ways, so that if they do become lost, you're able to show people a photograph of what they looked like and what they were wearing. Saying they're wearing a swimsuit isn't very helpful at a water park. Set up camp. Create a family meeting space where you'll enjoy your meals, take a rest, sit out on the water for a while, and it's also a great place to designate as a meeting spot if you're separated from your children. We like to set up camp nearest the kiddie pool because that's where we spend most of our time. And coincidentally, it's located near the entrance and exit typically, and that makes it a lot easier for our kids to find where to go. Plan your meals. When it comes to meals at a water park, you can either bring food in or you can purchase on resort. It really just depends on the rules for the property that you're staying at. If you'll only be eating at the resort, then it's a good idea to get everyone's meal order ahead of time so that you can have it there and ready when they get out of the water. Everybody gets really hungry at a water park. Set a time range that you want your kids to meet with you. Say, be back here between 12:15 and 12:30. So that way if they're in line for a slide and they're so close, they don't have to get out of line. But if they want to plan ahead, they know that they have to be there for lunch at a specific time. Bring your own water bottle and refill it as needed at the drinking fountain. It's a great way to stay hydrated and to remind everybody that even though you're at a water park, drinking water is very important. For lunchtime, you may want to consider a family-style meal where you order several different things that everybody can share. I know that a big one for our family is to order pizza. Every time we're at a water park, one of our meals is pizza. Conquer the water park. Hopefully you've planned ahead and you know which slides and attractions your children are old enough or tall enough to take part in. But if you haven't, take a good view when you get there and make that decision. That way you can divide up your kids between adults, or you can decide that you're going to move from place to place as a family. We like to start in one location as a family and then break off from there, and typically one adult and one child will always stay in that space, and so there's a place to come back to. Closing time. Yep, that's right. It may be time to leave the water park when it closes, but you also might need to leave when other kids are still playing, and that can be really difficult for young children. So make sure that you give them a countdown and let them know that they have time to do one more thing or two more things, and help them do that as efficiently as possible. It's always a good idea to give them something to look forward to after leaving the water park. We always tell our kids, we're going to go back up to the room, change our clothes, and go to a bubble dance party or some other offering that the resort has that afternoon. I know some parents who promise their kids ice cream as they're exiting the water park, and that's a really good one too. Bribery can be very helpful when it's time to leave the water park, especially if everybody's having such a great time. These are my tips for visiting a water park with young children. If you have any other tips to add to this, let me know in the comments below.
All right, so we're back, and it's Water Safety Week here at Goldfish Swim School. So you guys have been teaching the kids all kinds of things as a part of their swim lessons.
Yes.
And it's easy to talk to kids about water safety, but as a parent, what are the most important things that as parents we should do to make sure our kids are safe around the pool?
Yeah, I think the number one tip in today's world is put away the cell phone. Believe it or not, over 33% of drownings occur when a lifeguard's present. So you've got to be your child's lifeguard. And one of the kind of ways to remember that a lot of times is have something in your hand that denotes that you're the water watcher. Some people use like car keys to hold on to, and if a husband's done being the water watcher, he'll hand the car keys to the wife. So just to signify that someone's always designated to watch their children.
Awesome. I like that.
Yeah, that's great. I think another big thing you can do as a family is assess and address water safety issues around the house. If you have a pool, make sure you've got an alarm on the pool. Make sure that it's covered in the winter. Make sure that everybody in the house knows the rules about the pool. Just go over any type of open water situations. If you live near a retention pond,
I feel like the retention pond is a very big thing in so many of our neighborhoods now.
It is. And you just know we're going to hear stories this summer about that. So, the more you can talk about it and the more that you can warn children about it, the better. Obviously they should never play around them or do anything around them.
Right. Don't make it a fun recreation area.
Yeah, don't encourage
even if it does allow fishing until they're a certain age. Just
don't do it.
Yeah.
Don't do it.
That makes sense.
So, and really, I think. Kind of hate to keep going back to this, but taking the swim lessons is huge. They've shown a huge reduction in the risk of drowning. Getting it early and getting it often, I think that's one of the best things you can do. And then lastly, discuss rules regarding water around the house. Whether it's going to a beach, going to on a boat, going to an amusement park, any of those types of things. It's always important to kind of go ahead of time and make sure that everybody knows what's going on.
I like that. And it's so true. Swim lessons, we have a pool very near us that my kids are very comfortable going to, and we're welcome to go to it. So instead of making it like a scary thing, we've tried to make it like, well, there's only times that we can go, but also just for my own peace of mind, we're going to take swim lessons. And actually when we moved into this home is sort of when we started, because it became very important because we were near water. But also I love water. I love going, I grew up near the beach. I love going to the lake. I'm a scuba diver. I love the water. And so I love that I have 4 children who really do also love the water. And we were talking about that this weekend on our way home from the resort. I was like, we're so lucky that something that we enjoy so much, our kids also enjoy it, despite maybe not wanting to be in swim lessons for one of them. They really do enjoy it. And it's a gift. I mean, giving your kids swim lessons, it's a life lesson.
It is.
And it's a gift. You're giving them the ability to enjoy doing something that's fun. And it's very social.
It is. And it's something that is almost like passed down from generation to generation.
It is.
Grandparents swim with the grandbabies, and, parents swim with the kids, and kids invite their friends over. So it's something that encompasses basically, all of life.
So did you grow up in this area?
I did, yeah.
Did you go to any lakes or anything? What did you do as a kid that was water related?
We went to pools 24/7.
We have some great pools, in our park systems. Oh my gosh. And water parks. I mean, you don't have to leave Indy to have an amazing water park experience, indoor or
Indy
out.
Parks has amazing.
Indy Parks, Carmel has the Monarch Center. They have the slides that are open. I mean, you can have that water park experience right here in Indy. And
10
when
minutes
you're
away.
10 minutes away, and when your kids know how to swim and they've participated in family fun nights, it just becomes more enjoyable as they get older.
And it's just those memories you guys create, as a family. You remember those summers when you're all doing, water-related activities.
Right.
I mean, it's almost cliche to say.
Well, you mentioned ordering a pizza during the family night here. So we were members of the Y, and we did the same thing.
Exactly.
We took our every Friday night when my husband got off work, that's what we did when they were really, really small babies. So a ton of fun. There's a lot to do and a lot to do around water in Indy. So this is a great place to start. It doesn't matter how young they are, how old they are, get them in here to learn how to swim. It doesn't have to be a competitive thing. It can just be for recreation and enjoyment.
It helps your whole family. It really does.
It really does help your whole family. And for the babies, the parents are in the pools with the babies. My husband's in the pool every Monday.
And as a dad, it was the first kind of sports activity we could do is go take swim lessons with the babies. So,
it's a ton of fun. So thank you so much for having us here. Tori and I are going to show you guys how to pack the perfect swim bag. And we're not just focusing on swim bag for swim lessons. We'll give you some tips there. But we're also going to show you for when you're ready to go to the pool, maybe for spring break. So we'll head over here to this little camera. Thank you so much.
No problem. Thanks a lot, guys.
All right. Let me put my beverage down.
Just for the record, I looked this up while I was on break, and pamplemousse is French for grapefruit.
Is it really?
And I feel extra sad that I didn't know that because I minored in French in college.
Ooh,
whoops.
That is pretty sad. That is really sad. Okay, so you can pack your LaCroix in here. I'm going to show you guys what to pack for swim lessons, and then we're going to add other things in for ideas of what you should take to the pool. So we're going to start with, this is my Vera Bradley bag. I love it, and I'm going to show you in a minute what makes it perfect for the pool, other than the bright summery color. I mean, doesn't that just make you feel like, and no one will know, it's mine. I mean, whose bag is that? It's Katie's. My husband won't carry it though. So when we come to swim lessons, I typically have another bag in our bag that has all of our dry clothes. So we're packing for 5 people. We have 5 people in our family in the pool on any given Monday night. So my husband's clothes aren't in here. I put mine just for fun.
Well, you mentioned this when you were giving the tour, but I noticed tonight when people were leaving for swim lessons that a lot of them brought jammies with
in their
them.
pajamas.
And so they just
pajamas.
put the kids in the pajamas, and I imagine when they get home, they're going straight from the car to the bed,
Exactly.
which is a great transition.
You might need a little snack, which we'll show you guys next. But so when we're not doing pajamas, this is just we like those slip-on dresses for the girls that are easy. Don't forget the underwear. That's important.
Very important.
Very important for all ages. Don't forget the underwear. So I like to keep it in a separate bag because I have young children, and they're going to inevitably throw or just definitely put their wet clothes in here on top of things. So that I put in the bottom of the bag because it's the very last thing that we'll need at the end of our swim lessons or at the end of our pool excursion. Another thing that you need at Goldfish Swim School are goggles. If you forget them, they do have loaner pairs available, but we love the ones they sell here. It's the A3 Performance. We've also purchased the Speedo brand at Costco, but what I loved about the ones here is they had that double band, so my daughters put them over their ponytail and under their ponytail, and it tends to stay on their face better. But other than, my son really likes the Speedo brand. We have these ones that look like eyeballs. These were at Costco last summer. So bring your goggles. My kids like these at the pool too. Did you grow up wearing goggles?
Yeah, goggles are just
I didn't.
fun.
Oh my gosh, I thought it was so
fun.
weird. When I saw on the packing list to bring goggles when we started lessons here, I was like, no way. My kids are going to learn to swim without goggles. No, they won't. So
it's just fun to be able to put your head in the water and be able to look around, especially when they're first learning to put their head underwater.
yeah, I never swam with goggles.
cool.
I opened my eyes
whole
under
new
the
world.
water at the beach, so I don't even want to hear it. There is shampoo provided here, but we really like the clarifying shampoo and conditioner from Paul Mitchell, just kind of help with the chlorine and stuff. So you can bring that along or don't. My girls need conditioner. It's just how it goes down. And then a hairbrush. You absolutely need a hairbrush if you're planning on blow drying your hair here, or you can purchase one in the retail area that we showed you earlier.
And earlier, is that a wet brush?
A wet brush, sorry. Yes, this is the wet brush. It hurts less. You're supposed to brush it when your hair's wet. It hurts less than a normal brush, and it really does because the bristles just kind of collapse instead of standing up to your hair. It just gives away a little bit. So we have it in every color. And then hair ties. This is something we always forget, but again, Goldfish Swim School, great with the hospitality. We've taken hair ties from them consistently. I told my daughter the other day, we probably need to buy a package of hair ties for the pool. So hair ties are good. And then I'm trying to think if you need anything else while you're here at Goldfish Swim School. My kids are always thirsty at the end of the swimming time, so
Well, it's like exercise. So.
it is it's completely exercise. So I usually say go get a drink, but here's this. So we'll bring our water bottles from here on out. And then other than towels, that is really all you need. And what I like about the other bag is that you can swap out your dry clothes with your wet clothes and then just take them home. And then here at Goldfish, they have the swimsuit dryer. So you pop it in, you dry it, it goes in, and it doesn't completely soak everything. And then our towels. So we have a lot of people in our family. We need lots of towels. This is representative of most of our children who are in swim lessons. But this bag expands. So I know our towels never fold up this nicely after we've used them. So we can expand this bag up. I'm telling you, this is the greatest bag. Check it out.
Oh, wow. That almost doubled the size.
So now we can fit even more things in here for when we go to the outdoor pool or we're kind of on a day trip for the pool. So I'm that mom that always forgets this but sees everybody else with these at the pool, and I think, oh, next time I need to remember to bring toys. So
for us, an inflatable ball is like the biggest toy.
Even like a little small, the inflatable is nice because you can fit that nice and flat in here. So anything that floats, figurines, my kids are obsessed with anyone that brings like a Barbie or a doll, and they like to play with the dolls. And sorry if we've stolen your toys in the past. We give them back, but sorry if we've used them. So I'm going to be better this year. I have my own little bag of toys. You can bring little buckets and cups they like to dump. And these are fun at the splash pad too. I've seen more and more toys at the splash pad every year. So we're going to fit that in here. If you're at the pool, I would suggest a hat. If it's an outdoor pool or an outdoor water park, sunglasses. Everybody needs sunglasses. My kids, I never wore sunglasses when I was a kid. And like, sorry, my parents maybe didn't make the best judgment. I know. And so my kids,
especially
it's like
since you lived in California.
I know. I don't know. It wasn't, my parents probably made a bad choice. Sorry, Mom and Dad, throwing you under the bus.
I love the novelty of sunglasses. It made me feel like a diva when I was a little
I think
kid.
that's they feel grown up because Mommy and Daddy are wearing sunglasses.
Yeah.
So I like this bag because there's a little pouch on the inside where you can put your car keys, bring some chapstick, especially if it has SPF in it. It says SPF 15.
Very important.
And some money. You can put your ID in there too. I say bring a first aid kit. This is usually in my car. This is actually my first aid kit. So bring that along. My kids use Band-Aids like they're stickers. I mean, it's the perfect placebo and it costs like a penny. So we use a lot of Band-Aids in our house.
Nothing wrong with that.
And then you can bring a magazine. I bought this one for my children. I'm not really reading this one, but I could. I just thought they might enjoy it. So if someone needs just to kind of take a breather, they're getting a little too intense in the pool, give them something to read. And bring a magazine for yourself too if you don't have to. My kids are at the age I have to always have my eyes on them. But if you have older kids, you might have that opportunity. Flip-flops or water shoes. And
it can be very slick, especially in those splash pads and around the pools.
And if you're allowed to wear water shoes at like a splash pad or something, you should do it.
Definitely.
Sunblock, need that for the face and for spray on. You might need some insect repellent, so we just keep that with us for always.
Think about those lakes during the summertime.
Yes. I brought hand sanitizer. We have ear drying stuff, so if some of my kids get a little bit of swimmer's ear sometimes, and then lotion for after the pool. We actually bring this in our Goldfish bag as well when we're here, so we can put lotion on afterwards. And there you have your perfectly packed swim bag. I would probably put some of those smaller things in like a littler bag to kind of put in here, like a cosmetic bag or something. And now we're going to see if it all fits and zips. I think it'll do it. Look at that.
Oh, yeah.
All right.
There's room to spare.
Off to the pool. So we've got that. And then finally, something else I want to talk to you guys about tonight. My kids get starving the minute we get to a pool or the minute we get back to the car. And I think it's like
sometimes those concession stands can empty your wallet.
And then who wants to spend the whole time waiting in line for concessions? So if you're permitted to bring outside food, because sometimes, so check ahead of time or keep this in the car with a bunch of ice packs. This is not something I would pack every single thing that I'm going to show you tonight. This is just full of some ideas for you. But we've had to start, our kids get really hungry after swim lessons. We've already had dinner, and in theory, we go home and go straight to bed. But that's only if we remember to bring our swim snack. So, berries.
Berries.
Do you guys like raspberries in your house?
You know, my kids don't really like the seeds, but they love blueberries.
I think these ones only have one seed per fruit.
Really?
I'm pretty sure I think that's
Science. It does amazing
I
things.
know, nature. I like to think of it as nature. I don't know.
Natural science.
Natural science.
Science, if you will.
These are awesome. My kids love them. You can rinse them real quick in the sink in the back or bring them rinsed. Carrots in a little baggie. Those are fun. Okay, we cannot keep bananas in our house. My kids eat bananas like crazy. Even if they're kind of green, they'll eat them because they love them so much.
My youngest will go in there and steal bananas. We have to keep them up high enough that he can't reach them because he knows how to open them now.
Yeah, but I do love that they're in their own little container. They stay fresh. They're great. As long as I don't bruise them, because if they're bruised, no one's going to eat them. Granola, that's been a big new thing in our house lately. I never ate granola really. I like granola bars, but my daughters love granola right now. And then my one daughter really loves nuts. So nuts are another really great nutritious snack to have after swimming. Of course, the water. Raisins, another good one. These are all just simple things you can throw in so easily. These oranges are looking a little sad, but oranges, apples, grapes would be another good one. And then these Do you guys buy these, the yogurt things?
We do. We go through those like crazy as well.
Yes, whenever
My
they're
kids
on
eat them
sale.
for like breakfast, lunch, and dinner.
Yep. Whenever you can find them on sale at Costco, I buy as many as they let you. And then you freeze them. And these were frozen tonight. They're still cold, but I mean, we've only been here like 2 hours, so they thaw out. That's how I put them in their school lunches and everything. Then they kept other things cold also. And now this is something new that we've probably been eating for the last 2 weeks at our house.
Is that peanut butter?
Peanut butter roll-up. It's in a tortilla. It's peanut butter. So there were 2 in here, but my 2-year-old saw me making it and cried until I gave it to her. So it's gone now. But that's a favorite.
It's all about presentation.
It is. So peanut butter and a tortilla, roll it up. You've got your protein, you've got your carbohydrates. It's there. It's good. It's so easy, and it keeps very, very good in your cooler or your bag. So those are some ideas. If you have ideas for what you bring along to the pool that would be good and nutritious and keep your kids fueled and give them energy, but not too much energy.
Not too much.
A smoothie would be really good, but I couldn't find a way to like easily transport it. That'd be something that we'd like drive through and buy or something. But my kids love smoothies. So
who doesn't?
Man. All right, so
They're almost like ice cream.
Tell me about egg hunts. Do you go on Easter egg hunts at all?
You know, we try to hit at least one, but I've been burned on the egg hunt, and I know that you just recently did a segment on Indie Style about how to survive an egg hunt, and I definitely need some refreshers because it's really almost too much for me to handle. My kids are fine, and they don't seem to get upset that they get like one egg,
right,
with their 10 cents worth of candy. But
yep,
it's just
that's
for me, it's too
overwhelming
much.
Sometimes.
It's too much.
We love a good egg hunt, but it has taken me about 7 years to come to terms with this isn't like gold that we're going after. Like you just have to put everything in perspective and think, number one, why are you there? Like, why did you come? And if you don't have a reason for why you came and you really did come for the candy, then just go to CVS and get some candy.
Yeah.
But if you came because you wanted to be a part of a community, you wanted to see people, you wanted to be seen, you wanted to show off your Easter dress, then go and enjoy it. And like you said, your kids aren't even bothered by it. Your kids are going to feed off of how you feel about it and how you talk about it.
Yeah.
So we are going, let's see, we have
How many Easter egg hunts are you doing?
I think we're only doing 2 this year. We try to do about 2 a year, and we like to try the kind of unique ones. Still haven't made it to the helicopter drop. But this weekend, there's a whole bunch coming up on Saturday and a couple on Sunday. On Sunday is the Kokomo skydiver one, and that's where they have skydivers, I think, that come from a plane. We went last year, but the winds were high, so that's another thing is you just have to keep in mind, like, go with the flow. You never know what's going to happen, and just go with the flow, be positive about it. They still had an egg hunt, and it was fabulous.
Yeah.
So we're not doing that one this year, but you should go check that out. There are still tickets available. But on Friday, we bought tickets for, and this was a paid one. So you can have, when you pay for an egg hunt, you can have a little bit of different expectations, in my opinion. But we're going to that Moonlight Madness one at Broad Ripple. It's like the glow-in-the-dark egg hunt.
See, that would be really cool.
I'm excited.
Different kind of experience.
We're only taking our 2 older kids, but it looked like a neat thing. I've heard a lot about it, and before we told you all about it, we signed up. So that's one that we're going to try this year. And then on Saturday, we got tickets for the hot air balloon drop egg hunt.
See, that would be cool too.
That sounds really cool. I think last year it also was winded out. So the problem is in the spring, like it's very, very windy, and with the helicopters, what else is there? Helicopter, egg drop, skydiver, and hot air balloons. You just never know. So.
Well, and with Indiana weather, I mean, it snowed today, so
you
have no idea what is going to happen.
It's so true. You could have a bunch of frozen eggs. You never know.
Frozen little bunnies.
Frozen little bunnies. So let's see. We have one more thing we want to show you guys tonight, but we want to thank you so much for tuning in. Come back next week. We're here every Tuesday night at 9 p.m. We call it Lights Out because we want you to tuck your kids in bed, turn the lights out, pour a glass of wine, pour a glass of LaCroix. Do you drink LaCroix out of a glass? I think it's a canned drink. Like you just drink it out of the. I've never seen it.
If you want to be fancy, get a champagne glass.
That's what we'll
flute.
do. That's what we'll do. We're drinking sparkling something.
Sparkling beverages.
Sparkling. What's mooseberry?
Pamplemousse.
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 So, but we want you to come join us every Tuesday night. It's a different conversation. This week we wanted to focus on spring break necessities, including your swim bag, your snacks, and swim lessons. Plus give you a little sneak peek at Great Wolf Lodge from last weekend. But we went this week to the grand opening of the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. And wow.
I'm so excited to see
this.
You
have to go.
Person.
It is, I mean, like I thought, okay, cool, sports, it's going to be a bunch of cool stuff. I could not get my children out of there. And they discovered things that they didn't know they enjoyed. Mm-hmm. My one, who's not really taken to swim lessons, loves hockey and soccer. So couldn't get, we
perfect
thought we
time
lost
to sign
her.
her up for soccer.
It is the perfect time to sign her up for. We thought we lost her. We went back out and she was playing soccer. And then we were walking back in. We're the last people out there. And she says, Mom, you promised we could play hockey. And I was like, well, it's kind of closing now. But they let us play hockey, and then later that night we asked each of the kids, like, what was your favorite part? And she said, playing hockey with my mom. Aww. I mean, and I almost walked past that opportunity. I just took that, and it really was like 4 minutes that I played with her. So, yeah. But I love that it opens up the opportunity. The museum is going to keep this experience open until 8 o'clock at night. A lot of nights. So you'll want to check their schedule for that. But 8 o'clock at night, you can go after work. When your husband gets off work, you guys can go as a whole family. Another place you can take a meal because you're allowed to bring meals in and just enjoy time as a family. Mm-hmm. So, hey, Andrew, we didn't see a pool there at the Sports Legends Experience. All right, so that's when the remodel comes in a few years. There'll be the Goldfish Swim School Olympic pool.
Of course.
That's a rumor, people, but we're going to start it. So
start it here.
Start it here. So I just want to give you a little sneak peek at what we saw this week. If you haven't been, but if you have been, then it's here's what you saw kind of video. So thanks so much. We'll see you next Tuesday.
Thanks. Bye, guys.
Hey everybody, it's Katy, and we are at the Riley Children's Health Sports Legends Experience at the Children's Museum of Indianapolis. This is the biggest expansion that they've had in like 40 years. We've been watching the parking lot develop into this over the past couple of years, and it is incredible. You're going to love it. You've got to come on down here. It's open to the public, and you're going to have a great time. see a 360 view of all the experiences, click the link in the comments.